Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the Pop Sockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to Qualcomm Pulse, where we're diving into the latest news that's shaping the world of tech and beyond. So, you've probably heard by now that President Trump has been talking about imposing tariffs on imported chips and semiconductor materials, a move that's got the entire industry buzzing. Well, today, we're going to take a closer look at what's happening and how it might impact us. Recently, Intel, Micron, Qualcomm, and Texas Instruments all submitted their responses to the Department of Commerce's Section 232 investigation into chip imports. And let me tell you, these aren't just any ordinary letters. They're coming from some of the biggest players in the industry, trying to make a case for why tariffs wouldn't be a good idea. Micron, for example, is the only U.S. company that makes memory components at scale, and it's telling the administration that any tariffs would put it at a disadvantage compared to its competitors. It's also investing $140 billion in the U.S. over the next 20 years, which is huge news, but could be threatened if chip tariffs come into play. And then there's Intel, one of only 3 leading-edge digital chip makers in the world. It's emphasizing its plans for domestic chip making and warning that tariffs could disrupt its progress. In other words, if chip tariffs are imposed, Intel might just delay or cancel some of those investments, which would be a big deal. Qualcomm, on the other hand, is talking about how it and its customers rely heavily on imported chips, and how complexity in the supply chain would hurt domestic demand. This makes sense, given Qualcomm's role as a standard setter in 5G and likely 6G, but what does it mean for U.S. chip makers who want to compete? And finally, there's Texas Instruments, which is calling for policies that support U.S. semiconductor manufacturing investments and incentivize strong downstream demand for U.S. origin chips. It's essentially saying, if we're going to have a strong domestic chip industry, we need the government to help us get there. So what's at stake here? Well, the stakes are high because President Trump has repeatedly said that he'll impose tariffs on imported chips and materials of 25% or more, which could have far-reaching consequences for U.S. industries like tech, healthcare, and transportation. And while we don't know exactly how this will all play out, one thing's for sure: it's going to be interesting to watch. That's all for now from Qualcomm Pulse. Stay tuned for more updates on this story as it develops.